Some journeys feel ordinary until they're not. The rhythm of footsteps, the quiet hum of a train carrying you forward, and then arrival, a moment that lingers, full of quiet promise. Arriving in York felt like opening the first page of a new story. I was tired from the journey, but the energy of the festival was pulling me in. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a bit nervous, but I was more excited for what was about to come. As the evening settled in, we ventured out to explore. The city seemed quiet yet full of promise, a place where stories were waiting to be told.
These pieces of paper, these have got QR codes on, these are beyond masterclasses.
By the end of the day, tiredness crept in. Back at the hostel, we found comfort in the simple things cards, laughter, and a quiet anticipation for what was ahead. Day 2 started with a little excitement and a lot of curiosity. Walking with friends, tickets ready, and theatres waiting, it finally felt like I was stepping into the heart of the festival. Each theatre felt like a new chapter, full of people gathering to lose themselves on the screen. The thrillers I watched that morning were intense. The Awakening by Al Campbell scared me, and Reflections by Zach Honey left me thinking. Later, the animations brought a lighter tone. I laughed at Spectre of the Bear by Josh Hicks and felt bittersweet while watching The Man Who Loved Flowers by Sonu Thomas. Each film brought something unique to the day. The feature film felt like a journey on its own, one that lingered long after the credits rolled. Hearing the director speak brought it all to life, like seeing the brushstrokes behind a painting. Watching Satu the Year of the Rabbit felt like being a part of the protagonist's journey. It was emotional, beautifully crafted, and even brought a few tears to my eyes. Hearing the director Joshua Trigg speak before the screening made it feel so much more personal. The Games Lab felt like stepping into my element. It wasn't just about playing games, it was a reminder of why I love games. The stories you don't just watch, you live them. The Games Lab was incredible. I tried so many different games, but the one that stood out to me the most was Nocturnals by Cowboy Toad Games. It was a choice based post apocalypse survival game, and it reminded me of why I love games so much. They let you shape the story and live it in ways no other medium can. Every decision, every turn becomes a part of your journey, and that's what makes games so special. They invite you to become more than just a spectator. Day 3 dawned with a quiet heaviness, a step slower than usual, weighed down by the fatigue of the days before. Yet there was a spark in the air, something about the city, about the promise of stories yet to be told that kept us moving forward. The VR studio revealed a new kind of storytelling, interactive, immersive, and full of depth. The VR lab was such a unique experience. Autos Planet by Gwenelle Francois stood out to me. I even recommended it to fellow attendees who were just as captivated by it. Sharing that experience turned into a brief but meaningful connection. When I crossed paths with them again on the last day while heading to the final masterclass, it reminded me of how creativity can bring people together even in the simplest of moments. The masterclasses felt like a window into the mind of creators, sparking ideas I didn't know I had. The networking event was a mix of nerves and excitement. Talking to other creatives made me realize how important these connections are, not just for sharing ideas, but for gaining new perspectives. I was hoping to meet the director of Satu the Year of the Rabbit, but I couldn't find him. Still, the conversations I had left me inspired by the passion and creativity shared by others there. Curating a festival like Aesthetica goes far beyond than just selecting films. It's about creating an experience. Balancing accessibility for diverse audiences, ensuring the events run smoothly, and even thinking about sustainability. From the opening night ceremony to the interactive exhibits like the VR lab and the games lab, every detail has to come together seamlessly. Seeing how much thought was put into every aspect of this festival gave me a deeper appreciation for the people working behind the scenes and the challenges they had to navigate to make something like this possible. The last day began with a sense of finality. Bags packed, the room left behind, and the thought of leaving starting to sink in. But there was still time for a few more films and a few more stories to carry with me.
And in singing that song, I have passion towards the ocean.
Exploring York felt different this time, like saying goodbye to an old friend. I found little moments to treasure, a quirky mascot, a quiet lunch at a hidden gem. Even in its calmness, the city still had its charm, offering memories to hold on to. The festival wasn't just over yet. Another walk, another theatre, another story. My final masterclass felt like a fitting end, a moment to soak in all the inspiration this journey had given me. The Assassin's Creed VR Masterclass resonated with me in so many ways. As someone who's passionate about games art, it was incredible to see how environments were designed to feel immersive, not just visually, but emotionally. It highlighted how every detail, the architecture, the lighting, and even the smallest of interactions contributes to the storytelling. That's exactly what I want to do. Create spaces where players can not only explore, but connect. As the evening settled in, it was time to leave. Walking through York one last time, the streets felt both familiar and distant, as if they already belonged to my memories. The festival offered so many ways to grow as a creative. The masterclasses showed how ideas are built into stories, while the VR and Games Lab gave a glimpse into the future of interactive storytelling. There was also the UNESCO Creative City of Media Arts exhibition that highlighted how global media arts can inspire and connect. Whether it was learning from professionals or experiencing new ideas firsthand, it was a chance to understand the industry in a way that felt personal and motivating. The train carried me away, its windows reflecting my thoughts of what I was leaving behind and of home waiting ahead. When the city sign came into view, it was bittersweet. York had been a chapter I wasn't ready to end, but home was the place where it would stay with me.